So, Lafreniere or Byfield? You do know that even if we are last in the standings, we're still gonna pick fourth because voodoo, wizardry, and draft lottery bullshit. Good point, good point. So, look at Reimer then. What's up, guys? It is I, the Peach Magician. We have a slight draft in a hurricane. Metrogorello is a Minnesota Wild. It's on! Well, it wasn't the bloodbath that I think a lot of us were expecting after the first period. We come away with a pity point, which just as well could have been 2 points, because we were, honestly, for 40 minutes of that game, we were the better team. We come away with a loss, 4-3 in overtime. Unfortunately, that was what happened, despite us having chance after chance after chance in the third period and dominating the second period. But a bad start costed us. We go behind 2-0. After the first period, after complete and utterly having no clue in the first 10 minutes of that game. We were completely headless chickens, running around, no idea where we were going. Carolina was all over us, shooting from every angle, and eventually that leads to goals. The first was from Joel Edmondson, who takes a shot from the point. That takes Luke Connon's stick and beats Dubnyk. That I can't blame on Dubnyk at all. That is just a shot that deflects weirdly, goes into the top corner. Well, that's what happens sometimes. The second one, slightly different. I'm gonna blame Dubnyk on this one, especially because we were actually starting to get more and more into the game. We're starting actually creating chances of ourselves. I think especially Kevin Fiala had a decent game, and Greenway and Egg and Connon. That line may it never be taken apart, because that line is brilliant. It works so well. If you look at the stat, I think that Corsi was something like 75 or something ranked. So they were brilliant. That line was fantastic. Carolina has the puck behind the net. Not necessarily a dangerous situation at all. Nobody is really open. It's like not that dangerous. We have control of things. Teravainen gets it like behind the goal line on the right. No worries. He throws it in front, and Evan Dubnyk gives a monumental rebound to Brock McGinn. Like, that's not a shot that should ever trouble a goalie. A goalie at that level should just make sure that goes to either behind the net or just goes right into his own, like, crease where there's control of it. There should never be any drama in that situation. What happens? Dubnyk gives a gift to Brock McGinn, throws it out right in front of the goal, right in the slot, where Brock McGinn is behind Brendan Hunt and I think Susie. Both of them who is expecting Dubnyk to handle that puck much better. None of them has Brock McGinn. Brock McGinn is smart. He definitely sees that situation before anyone else. Credit to him. He takes the puck, goes around Brendan Hunt, and gets a great scoring opportunity, which he capitalized on. 2-0. We go into the second that way. At that point, I was thinking this is going to be a hell game, because we were getting more into it, yes, but this is Carolina. They have a lot more speed, and we didn't look like we coped up well with it in the first period. We were completely flat-footed in many occasions. We decided to match their speed with physicality. We decided to bring it to them. We decided to actually show some ferocity, hold on to the puck better, make the smarter passes, do more veteran plays, which, guess what, that's how we're gonna have to win. And when Jonas Brodin in the zone decides to take a pinch where he basically gets the puck behind the goal, and throws in front to Connon, who is in a great scoring opportunity, but it's an off-handed shot. Connon doesn't care. He throws that into the net. A pass to James Reimer, who to this point has been stonewall, and in my opinion in this game was pretty damn good. He had a great game, James Reimer. Perfectly illustrated when 2 minutes later he makes the best glove save I've seen this season in the XL Lounge Center. By far. Fantastic play by Minnesota. We get it right where we wanted it. Eric Stahl has the puck on his stick right in the slot. Basically, James Reimer has to go from left to right in that instant as well. There's all the chance in the world. Great shot, but James Reimer flashes a glove like he is the next reincarnation of Patrick Roy. Just a phenomenal save. That's just robbery, highway robbery from James Reimer, and Optimus Rhyme unfortunately beats us on that one, but oh well, we can get and Carolina scored, of course. They had one shot this period. I think they had one. At this point, at least in the game, they had one shot in the period. It was William Fogel, who gets the puck, kind of similar to how Luke Connon scored. But when Luke Connon smashed the puck into the net, William Fogel kind of floats it in past Dubnyk, who looks confused. This is not the easiest shot to save. I'm not fully gonna blame Dubnyk. There's a few other factors that goes into this goal where we lose our man in front of the net. I think it's Conan, who unfortunately loses William Fogel in front of net. We have a few players looking at the player behind the net. It was kind of confusion, but eventually they get forward, and a good team like Carolina will find a way to score on these kind of chances. Dubnyk could have done better. I don't think it's a hard shot. I think it's one that definitely is savable, but it's also a shot where a lot of things before this chance is happening is broken down. This is the first time we had a defensive breakdown in this period, and we got punished for it. That's how good the level of the Carolina Hurricanes is. They will score on the chances. Kevin Fiala had a brilliant game. He has, for instance, a chance afterwards where he is alone with James Reimer after going past the two D-men in a spectacular fashion, and that would have been goal of the season for Minnesota, no doubt. Unfortunately, James Reimer is a party spoiler, and he hates happiness. Luckily for us, Kevin Fiala then takes a tripping afterwards, which usually sounds bad, until you realize that the Carolina Hurricanes do not know how to defend when on the power play. I don't know what happened on this play. We have a good chance behind the net, and Carolina is back. They are trying to break it out. We get the puck by Koivu, who then just dribbles past the line, and then finds a wide open Parise. They have been in that zone for 10 seconds. Carolina go for a change midway through. All of a sudden it's one guy who's guys, help! What? I think that may have been Trevor and Reinstrike who was lone defender back, but I don't know what happened on this play, and I am pretty sure that's one of the times where you look back at that as a coach and just go, what the? But I'll take it. Zach Parise in front has 2 or 3 racks at it until it goes in past James Reimer, who almost made another great save, but thankfully Zach Parise is tenacious. He will get those chances scored. And it was also the reunion for Nino Niederreiter in the XLN channel. Had a great little tribute video showing in the first period. Actually, really, really nicely done. You can see that he was definitely moved by that, which was nice to see. Again, you saw a lot of how much he meant to the community, how much he did for the community. And that was another thing about the trade when it happened was, yes, you could see it as a player for player. That was an awful trade almost immediately. But also for what Nino Niederreiter did for the city. He was fantastic. And he was a great representative for the community in general and an ambassador towards that. And it was that was also the reason why it was so emotional to see him go. But in this game, Victor Rask made himself look better than I think Nino Niederreiter did in Carolina. Perfectly illustrated by the tying goal to make it 3-3. Carson Soucy's first of the season. And it comes off a fantastic play by Victor Rask, who completely spins around 3 times, make dummies out of the Carolina defenders, wait until he has the right lane, passes off to a wide open Soucy. I don't know if the Carolina players was fixated by Rask, but they definitely stopped looking over towards the left side. Rask takes a stretch pass over to Soucy, who scores, snipes on James Reimer. No chance for him on that one, but a brilliant setup by Victor Rask. The third period, Minnesota has the majority of the chances once again. We have a shot on the post. We have a shot that just trickles away. A great save again from James Reimer with his glove. There was so many chances. Eriksson Ek, Greenway especially, that line was just so good. It was doing everything they could, but unfortunately just not enough to squeeze us over the line in regulation. And in overtime, well, I before said that this is where we're weaker. I actually don't know if I agree with that, because we started actually making some new lines, which I thought was interesting. Dumbas, Burgeon, and Eriksson Ek, who was playing in the first part of it. The second one was Conan, Greenway, and I'm pretty sure it was Brodin. So we were playing a few different lines. We were playing some lines that has a little bit more speed to match up with Carolina, but to no avail, unfortunately. Luke Conan has a brilliant chance after a lot of time in the zone, a lot of good patience shown. We have a lot of possession. We try and work it out. Luke Conan takes a really good attack with speed, gets his breakaway almost with James Reimer, is stopped. Unfortunately, he trips after shooting. That leads to a bit of a chance to Carolina, but it's kind of controlled. We have players back. There's no real issue here, and Svechnikov just scored. Svechnikov's a good player, isn't he? Yep, that's a good shot. That's a really good shot. It's a shot from the right hand boards midway into our zone. It's not that dangerous a position to shoot, but it's a good shot. It's a fantastic shot by Svechnikov, but it's definitely one that Dubnyk should save. And that was the difference in this game. Good goaltenders can make mediocre teams great. Bad goaltenders can make great teams into the worst in the league. I'm not solely blaming Dubnyk on this. I think we needed to start better than we did. We started way too late, and that costed us. And then it was just bad puck bounces, bad puck luck, and a good James Reimer. That was the reason we didn't get the win that I think we deserved. But at the same time, Dubnyk has to have at least 2 of the goals that goes in today. He has those, we win the game. It's that simple. It's that simple rocket science. And I think, unfortunately, Dubnyk is past it. I would not mind seeing what a potentially Kakko Kakkonen could do in this league. I would like to see him try. I know he had a shutout recently against Rockford in Iowa. So he's a goalie I would like to see play soon. I want to see what he can do in the NHL, because it can't get much worse, can it, than Stalock and Dubnyk. They haven't been good enough, and I hate saying it because obviously they're still Minnesota Wild players, and I want to cheer for them. I want to see them do better, but you need good goaltenders, and right now they just aren't. We played Buffalo, a team who I think on name sounds like a winnable opponent. When you see how they played, it's a little bit more difficult. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we'll play a lot like we did today, because I'm very proud of how we played. If we lose those kind of games, where we lose these kind of games by playing this way, by playing with heart, by playing with tenacity, I would actually not mind, because this is fun to watch. Regardless of the result, this is fun to watch. And hey, if this is how tanking is, if we tank by playing like this, I'm okay with tanking fully by watching this kind of heart being showed by the team. If you give us Lafreniere to pair with Kaprizov, then even better. Or Byfield, but we all know we probably pick 4th, and then we have to pick between Reimer, Holtz, and probably Lundell or Perfsik. I don't quite know Cole Perfixi. I actually don't know how to pronounce that name. I need to remember to research that. All good players, by the way. All the players I would like to see paired with Kaprizov. But regardless of that, I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you guys next time. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please. Ow. Apparently knock your TV. And do everything like that I always say, because reasons and logic and everything else. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.